on every hunt we do, we try to say, was there a point along the way that things pivoted, whether good or bad? And with this hunt, you'd say, well, Randy, you didn't shoot one. What could be the pivot point? Well, the pivot point was when I let the elk tell me where they were rather than me and my e-scouting saying, this is where they gotta be. We spent a lot of time up in higher, rougher country thinking, okay, with the Labor Day weekend pressure, it's gonna push the elk up there and all the elk are gonna be trying to get away from all the roads and trails because of all the activity. Well, we spent the first 3 days of the hunt there, and only one day did we really see or encounter anything in terms of elk. Well, I'm embarrassed to say that I had to go to my e-scouting and say, okay, where are the places with even better food than where these spots are? The first afternoon we walked into that place, which happens to be right here, we heard some elk. It's like, okay, saw a lot of tracks. We came back the next day. We had an encounter with a bull. We saw a bunch of cows. The point of it being is, if I would have stuck with what I was convinced was going to be the best strategy, I would have spent all 6 days of my hunt doing the same thing. Pivot point was deciding, hey, you know what? Change it up. Take your biases, take your belief that elk are making it a priority to get away from traffic, and remember that they have other needs at this time of year. And in this instance, the need is food. You can see here these old logged areas that are now 20, 30 years old are just full of grass. And this road was closed. My map said this road was open. That's why I kind of had written it off. Michael and I said, we're gonna go and look and look and look and look, and we pull into this road, and I thought we were gonna be able to drive all the way up to the top of the mountain. It's gated at the bottom, so it met my other criteria. Not a lot of hunting pressure, but mostly it met lots and lots of food. So sometimes you get in these hard hunts and you can get in a rut and you can get frustrated. If you need to, just take an afternoon like we did on day 3. We took that afternoon and just said, all right, let's act like it's a 3-day hunt. That's what we got left. Let's treat this as just recon and scouting, and don't keep doing the same thing. I probably did the same thing one day longer than I should have. But anyhow, that's when we started seeing elk. That was the pivot point, when all of a sudden it's like, okay, there are elk here in Idaho. So if there is a lesson from all that, is keep your mind open, let the elk tell you where they want to be, and go there.